11Alive News at 6 p.m. starts now.
First on 11Alive this Sunday, we are once again focused on the skies. This has been another hot day, and we've been seeing some showers and storms rolling through our area. Let's head over to meteorologist Andrew Wilson with a check on the forecast. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Latasha. Yeah, we have a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity out there here to start off our afternoon. As we continue our way throughout the rest of today, we're going to be dealing with these thunderstorms. Right now, some strong winds associated with these storms towards Gilmer, Fannin counties especially. This storm is making its way out towards the east. A lot of lightning associated with this as well. It's heading towards the Carter area, and you see down towards Ludville. They also have a lot of heavy rain down their way, and then just past Calhoun now, it's starting to move out of your area. Now there's some strong winds associated with this, possibly even up to 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's going to be mainly over here closer on towards central Gilmer County. It's looking like that's going to be where the focus of some of our stronger winds are right now as they continue their way off towards the east. So be ready for that if you're over there towards central Gilmer County. Again, that's going to be right towards the Carter area where we have some of those stronger winds that are going to be expected. Maybe even a little bit of hail where you're seeing that pink showing up on the map right there. That's going to be some of the heavier rain, possibly hail, and also stronger winds. I also want to take us down here towards the Carroll County area and further down towards the southwest over into portions of Alabama. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning there for Randolph County, Alabama. We'll keep a close eye on that. We also have some storms that are impacting right now the Lake Lanier area over towards Sugar Hill, down towards Lawrenceville. A lot of lightning. If you know anybody on the lake, tell them to go ahead and get off if they still can, because again, really heavy rain, a lot of lightning there. That's moving up towards the Gainesville area. This storm not severe warned, but still a lot of heavy rain associated with it. We have a severe thunderstorm watch in place until 9 p.m. for northwest Georgia. This does not include Fulton County, but much of northwest Georgia under that severe thunderstorm watch. And we have that chance for severe weather as we continue our way throughout this evening. The 11Alive app can be a great way for you to get warnings. Go ahead and download it. Notice that the rain chances start to go down later on tonight. We'll talk about if they stay down for tomorrow coming up.
Thanks, Andrew. And happening right now, another stern rebuke over recent anti-Semitic demonstrations that took place in Cobb and Bibb counties. The displays outside synagogues in Macon and Marietta were seen as signs of disgust by many. And today, U.S. Senator Jon Ossoff used them as a catalyst for what is being called a service of unity and love. Ossoff was the featured speaker this afternoon at Mulberry Street United Methodist Church in Macon. The service was moved there from Temple Beth Israel to accommodate an anticipated large turnout. As the first U.S. Senator Jewish to be elected from the South since the 1880s, Ossoff spoke on virtues members of his family saw when they came to this country. And despite the recent displays of anti-Semitism, he told the congregation the United States remains a nation of tolerance.
America still is and still represents to the world the values of universality, of human rights, of tolerance, of love, of kindness, that are the only antidote to the forces of hatred and genocide which have and will, throughout human history, risen and continue to rise and rise again.
Ossoff was joined at this afternoon's gathering by Congressman Sanford Bishop from Albany and other elected state officials and Bibb County Sheriff David Davis. An outdoor grill is believed to have been the cause of a rather substantial house fire today in DeKalb County. It happened around 11 this morning at a house along Coffee Road in Lithonia. DeKalb Fire says the blaze started outside the home, then spread to the structure itself. Officials tell us they were well equipped to fight the fire, but we spoke to a neighbor who says more resources should have been made available.
We're badly in need of a fire hydrant on this road. That is why, had there been a fire hydrant, the damage wouldn't have been so extensive.
No one was hurt, but the property is considered a total loss. And other headlines we're tracking for you tonight: a wrong way crash on I-20 early this morning takes the lives of 2 people. This was just after 2 a.m. near the Hamilton E. Holmes Drive exit in the eastbound lanes. APD says 2 cars were involved. The driver of one of the vehicles was going the wrong way on I-20 at a high rate of speed before eventually hitting another car head on. Both drivers were instantly killed. A passenger in the car that was struck did survive. No names have been released. An attempted robbery leads a man being shot multiple times. It happened just after 9 this morning at a food mart along Allison Court in Southwest Atlanta. APD says the man was robbed by 2 people while he was at the store. We're told he was shot in the leg and taken to Grady Hospital for treatment. The description of those suspects have not yet been released. And police in DeKalb County need your help finding a 72-year-old missing woman. Mirtha Shenevert was last spotted Saturday at a home on Great Oats Drive in Lithonia. She's described as having brown eyes and black hair. She was last seen wearing a blue dress and white sneakers. If you know where she is, call 911. And it's been a busy 4th of July weekend for the Georgia Department of Natural Resources. So far today, they're reporting 1 boating injury at the state's waterway and 8 citations for boating under the influence. The numbers come as the DNR enforces a new wakeboarding law that went into effect on Saturday. Now that means wakeboarders or wake surfers must maintain a distance of at least 200 feet away from docks, piers, and shorelines. DNR officials say no warnings will be given to people before they issue BUI citations. And we are just 2 days away from the Peachtree Road Race coming on Tuesday, but today it was all about the little runners. We watched as those tiny feet made their way to the finish line while trying to beat the heat. 11Alive's Erica Murphy has our coverage tonight from Piedmont Park.
Bill Zarenson started running the Peachtree Road Race back in 1979, but for him, it's become a family tradition. On Sunday, the 60-year-old was out at Piedmont Park cheering on his 5-year-old son in the race.
Yes, he did the fun run, the 50-yard dash, and yeah, I'm a late bloomer, so I get to spend my retirement watching my son become a runner or a golfer or whatever he wants to be.
Organizers say a little more than 1,000 kids as young as 2 all the way up to 14 signed up for the junior race. That's slightly lower than before the COVID pandemic, but Sunday's outing had another element running against it.
I think the hot, humid weather might keep the numbers down just a little bit. And then going to our big race, the Peachtree, we're at 50,000 this year.
Dilshad Ali and her husband brought their 3-year-old Lila out to participate in the dash today. Ali says they've been training with Lila to get her ready.
And we've been practicing with her all week to see how she can run, so it's great. We actually enjoyed all the activities. It was very well organized, and thank you to all the volunteers for all their hard work.
Saying thanks for making everyone a winner on this race day. Reporting from Atlanta, Erica Murphy, 11Alive News.
And for the adult runners, they had a chance to get their bib numbers today while also getting a few health tips. The Peachtree Health and Fitness Expo filled up one of the halls at the Georgia World Congress Center. More than 40,000 people were expected to come in today ahead of Tuesday's big event. And don't forget, you can hang out with us all morning and watch the race. Our special coverage begins Tuesday, the 4th of July, starting at 4:30 a.m. right here on 11Alive.
Well, we continue to track a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity out there for today, Latasha. We're going to continue to keep an eye on that as we make our way into this evening. We have some severe thunderstorm warnings to talk about out there. We have one that's located over towards Randolph County, a lot of lightning associated with it, a lot of heavy rain, and also strong winds, maybe up to 60-mile-per-hour winds with that storm. But I want to start off with this storm up here into far north Georgia. We may even have some pockets of some, maybe even up to quarter-size hail in spots, especially down here closer on into portions of central Gilmer County. Far north Georgia also, we may be dealing with some of that in eastern Fannin County. All this making its way off to the east at about 30 miles per hour. Maybe 60-mile-per-hour winds on the leading edge of this. Just moved through Ludville, and it's going to continue its way closer on over towards Ivy Log, even as far south as Juneau there, and then eventually over towards the Helen area. Now take a look at the timeline for some of these towns that are going to be impacted by this storm. You see areas like the Tate region by 642 getting impacted by this, Blairsville by 635, Bunker Hill by 629, Jasper by 624, really almost right on your doorstep now there. Talking Rock pretty much right on your doorstep too at 610, and then you see Dahlonega maybe even as late as 707. This storm's going to keep on making its way off towards the east. We'll keep a close eye on it. We also have the storm down towards Randolph County. That storm's been kind of weakening a little bit. That's the good news. But we do have another storm that I want to talk about. This is a storm that's right on over the Lake Lanier area, has a lot of lightning associated with it, and it's moving over over Lake Lanier itself. Now, the National Weather Service hasn't severe warned this, but I would not be surprised if they ended up issuing a severe warning for this storm here pretty soon. A lot of strong wind associated with it as it's moving over the lake. So if you have friends or family over the lake, make sure that they go ahead and find some shelter to be in a safe spot until this storm passes. Another big issue with this storm is the fact that it has a lot of lightning associated with it. Over the last 15 minutes, we have 145 lightning strikes within this storm. And again, this storm is making its way over the lake. Once I put radar into play, you'll see the kind of motion that we have going on with it. Making its way just off to the northeast. Gainesville, you're about to be impacted by this. Right now, you're probably getting a little bit of rainfall, maybe a little bit of lightning, but look at the amount of lightning here just north of the Sugar Hill area. That's where a bulk of the lightning has been, and that is moving off into your direction. So a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity continues to impact our region. Still a little bit more left over there in portions of Alabama. That's going to move over us once we head into around the 8-9 o'clock time frame. We're going to start to see things calm down, and 9 o'clock is when this severe thunderstorm watch is set to expire. They have extended it a little bit further south. It now includes Fulton County. That just came in, and it even goes all the way down into portions of Troup County for this severe thunderstorm watch as these storms continue to progress off towards the east. We have a marginal risk for severe weather in the Atlanta area today. That means that we get a storm or two that could be strong to severe. The higher risk was off to our north at level 2, and that's where we've seen a lot of the severe thunderstorm activity. We have a level 1 risk also for tomorrow. It's going to be mainly in the afternoon again. These afternoon scattered to isolated showers and storms that get going here in the summertime and bring the possibility for damaging wind. That's our main threat each day. We have it again as we head into Tuesday as well, mainly in the afternoon. That's good for the Peachtree road race, meaning that it should be dry for the race itself. Forecast track shows that as we head throughout tonight, again by 9:30, still a few storms out there, but then really falling apart by the time we get to midnight. We make our way throughout the day on Monday, temperatures rising eventually into the 90s, and we're going to have those isolated showers and storms there for the afternoon. Moving into Tuesday, starting off the day at 70. Notice that we were dry there to start off the day for the 4th of July, but for the afternoon, there will be a few pop-up showers and storms. Again, 1 or 2 could be strong, but thankfully, I think we'll get through the Peachtree road race dry. We have 30 to 40% chances for rain each day there as we head throughout the next 7 days, and temperatures stay hot too. Lower 90s for highs at least each day. At least it'll be a little bit cooler than what we had for today, but don't expect too much relief from the heat unless one of those storms moves over you. And again, we'll keep you updated on the severe weather all throughout tonight.